Well, welcome back, everyone, to the under 14 edition of the head coach announcement interviews. Today, I'm excited to be speaking with Mads Rajkumar, the Boomers under 14 girls head coach. Welcome, Mads, and congratulations on your reappointment.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
It's a pleasure, and getting to know and understand a little bit more of your background. We're very lucky to have someone with your experience and so forth in our under 14 girls program, and it's fantastic to have you reappointed. So just with your basketball background, Mads, and given the fact you've been a coach for quite an impressive period of time and a player with experience at all levels of the game, if you could pick a highlight, what would that be?
My best and biggest highlight would have been about 5-6 years ago. I was the assistant coach to the under 14 girls, and we went to Gosford for the under 14 junior championships. And yes, Bulleen did end up bringing home the championship, which was very exciting. But I guess the highlight for me was the journey that brought us to that point. It was, I guess, a 2-year thing for us. So I was the under 14 twos coach the previous year, working with the bottom ages, and the head coach, Rob Grieve, had the ones, and we were working while he was developing his ones, we were also developing the twos at the same time. And then we carried that on into the following year when these girls became top ages. And that determination and effort and the work the coaches put in was just incredible. And it's very hard to win a championship, and to see what it took to win it was an unbelievable experience, and I've taken so much from it, and I'm never going to forget it.
That's sensational. That's one of the wonderful things of that under 14s nationals, is the opportunity to experience that and then be part of that journey, as you mentioned, to be working with them as bottom age players and then seeing them grow and develop. And then in that top age year, seeing that success, that's sensational. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you. It was great. Never forget.
No, that's terrific. Well, speaking of Rob Grieve and other coaches that you've had, you had some amazing mentors over the years, including Rob, Laurie Chiswick, Darren Perry, Michelle Timms, Tom Maher, and even our current Basketball Victoria Coach of the Year, Julia Walsh, amongst many others. What's one of the most important, valuable lessons you've probably learnt from these icons that you'd bring into your program?
So as you mentioned, I've had the privilege of working with so many people who know the game and are so knowledgeable, and I've taken a lot of different things from each of them. But I guess the thing I learned the most was actually through being an assistant coach to Rob, and then to also being an assistant to Sam Thornton. And what they taught me, which I didn't know or didn't do when I was a younger coach, was attention to detail in teaching kids and explaining the why. I feel like when you explain the why to kids, they get a better understanding of what you're trying to teach them, and then they can go out there and execute. So, back in my young days, you just tell the kids, here, go and do this. And, it'll take a couple of months for them to slowly understand it at training, then execute in a game. But when I went through all the detail and explained what we're trying to achieve and why we're doing this, it just snapped really quickly for them. And you just see them get it done and just kill it straight away. So that was a big learning I got from these mentors.
Yeah, that's sensational. And that's a learning for us in everyday life as well. And this is one of the things that I love so much about junior sport, is that your role as a coach is not just about their playing ability on the court, it's their skills and the options and I guess the value that you can provide to them in their future life, in their decision making, and all the different things that they do throughout their life as well. So don't ever underestimate how important your role is as a support to the parents as well. So given all this experience and the mentorships and so forth that you've received, and your playing ability across different levels and so forth, what can the under 14 Boomers expect to learn from you in the upcoming 21-22 season?
The biggest thing I teach, and the thing I love to teach, especially now in my more experienced years of coaching, is defense. You can't go wrong with it. And it's the easiest way to turn it into easy offense. So that high pressure, in your face defense is what I will be pushing with this upcoming group, like I've been doing with my current group. And I think that's what coaches look for as well when they select players. So these kids who are then trying to make state teams, the first thing that those head coaches will look for is defense. And so I'm going to be pushing that like crazy. And it's something that, like, defense is something that you can be accountable for. It's something that is effort driven. You choose to do it or you choose not to do it. And even if you're having an off game offensively, if you can go out there and play great defense, the offense will come to you naturally. And I think that's the great thing about pushing defense and teaching kids about defense, is that you don't have to be a superstar on the offensive side. You can keep yourself in the game by playing great defense and being a hustler.
That's a perfect answer to support what Matt Rodati had said earlier today in his interview in regards to the under-14s program and what he's looking for when it comes to tryouts that are coming up in the next few months. So great tip there to all future athletes and those wanting to make it into the 14-1 side at Bulleen. Defense is a big attractive key in that regard.
Very much so. If you can play defense, I will want you on the court for as long as I can have you on the court.
Well, there you go. Well, Mads, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate your time. And we are certainly grateful for all that you do for the club. And again, congratulations on being reappointed as the head coach of the under-14s program.
Thank you so much. And thanks again for having me.
All right. Take care. Have a great week.
Thanks.